Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
That's right. The Lions made a move yesterday to make them better. They signed cornerback Kendall Fuller, who has had a decent career. Motown Mitch, he may be added to the practice squad, but I have a feeling he will be on the active roster soon. Let's look at his career. 536 total tackles, 403 solo, 133 assisted. 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries for 1 yard. Interceptions, 16 for 93 yards, 5.8 per return. 2 touchdowns with a long of 23. Passes defended, 82. The kids are good. And special teams, fumbles 12, special team yards, 23. So that's our new player that we added to the practice squad. We finally got a vet. He's 30 years old. He last played in the 2023-24 season for Miami. The good news is Bill, Dan Campbell said today Alim is playing barring injury this week. So yes, we got Alim McNeil back. We don't know about Taylor Decker because his availability is still questionable. He's not that old at 30. If they were looking for an old man, they could have called me. Mahogany's not out. He's just questionable. The last I looked. Because I have the injury report from yesterday. Yeah, the Mahogany's fine. He's not out. Malcolm Rodriguez should be back by week 9, maybe week 10 at the latest. Marcus Davenport won't be able to return before week 9. And Terrion Arnold and Avante Maddox are not expected to play this week. That's the report I got. So Mahogany's fine. Branch won't be able to play. So that's kind of a bummer. We got 25 people watching. Make sure you hit the like button on whatever platform you're watching because that helps the channels grow. It gets them more notice. Other than that, We found out we are wearing the alternates on Monday, the Motor City Muscle for Monday Night Football. I will be wearing one of my black jerseys. Other than that, there's not much out there. We won't get the next report until tonight. I have the feeling it'll be Harper. After the way he played on Sunday night, he was our best rated defender, but he did only have 10 snaps, but he did very well, including that big fourth down pass breakup to get us the ball back. Unfortunately, it didn't equal points for us, but it did happen. Steve Bauer in the chat. We picked up Kendall Fuller, a guy that's had a decent career. 16 interceptions in 8 years. That's an average of 2 a year, even though he didn't get any his last regular season he played. But he had 7 passes defended. He's had 82 in his career over 8 years. That's quite a few. He's also recovered 3 fumbles and forced 2 and had 2 sacks. Solid tackler. Doesn't need to have tackles in company. And now the national media is finally coming around and talking about how the Lions got hosed by refs. I wasn't going to do it until somebody higher up, so I didn't look like a fanboy would say anything. I think Seattle's going to win it all this year. I don't trust the Dodgers to get it done because they failed a lot this season. They're playing good right now. But as you can see, I got my Detroit Lions themed Fireball back-to-back division champ bottle. That's staying right there, uncut, untapped. I don't think we have a choice. Arnold and Maddox is out. I have the feeling Harper is going to be filling in for Branch. And Kendall Fuller is a solid one. He's also been a part of a championship team. So, Steve, what up, though? Trudy Fred Peterson has entered the chat. I got to get a meme made of that. That'd be great. All right. Bucky Irvin is questionable. He may not play. Chris Godwin is doubtful. Ibuka is questionable. Mike Evans is questionable to return from IR, but they haven't announced it yet. They didn't activate his window. They have to do that by tonight. So there's a lot going on. We don't know what's going on with them. But the one that bothers me the most that's playing is Vita Vea. That means it might have to be another Jameer Gibbs game. I hope we don't do like we did last year in the 1 o'clock game versus them. uh, he I'm back. Oh, get it done. Son of a bitch. Everything going wrong. Are you guys seeing me? God damn it. Finally. It finally unfroze. Hallelujah. Uh, what happened is my internet crashed, and now I had to switch to my phone's internet just to be able to go live. I may be lagging a little bit today. But last time we were here, Hutch had 4.5 sacks. Marcus Davenport had another, and Alim had one. Oh, but here we go again. Come on. I may not be able to do a show, guys. My internet is just screwed. Son of a bitch. Whether it's the phone or the other, something. I don't know what it is. There. Maybe I'm back for a while. I don't know what's going on. There. At least I'm back online because I don't know what the hell's going on. And like I said, we are wearing the Motor City Muscle on Monday Night Football this week. And in case you didn't see that when I held it up, That is the Lions themed bottle of Fireball on my shoulder, right here on my right side. Good for you guys. Glad he's back. Hopefully he doesn't drop a lot like he did in the first couple games before he got hurt. Because he didn't look good. Congratulations. I'm just saying he had to put like 3 drops in 2 games. Thank you, Hoss. And the best part is Dan Campbell says Alim is playing this week, barring injury. So we are ready. We are rocking. We're getting healthier at the right time. Everybody else should be back shortly by week 9 or after. Pascal is the one that had a setback and may not be back till mid-season. Malcolm Rodriguez is supposed to be back at week 9 or 10. Because PFF is flawed. 44 net yards, or 44 passing yards with a net of -10. Everybody in the chat and that's ever been on any of these podcasts in the Huddle Sports Network has more net yards passing in the NFL than Justin Fields last weekend. Think about that for a minute. Everybody watching, 49 of you, plus me, plus everybody else that has a show that goes live here, has more net passing yards than Bustin Fields. I just can't believe all the stuff that's happening. Blue and silver, we can. Alim McNeil will be back. We just signed Kendall Fuller. Like I said, a guy's an 8-year vet. He averages 2 interceptions per year because he has had a couple of years where it didn't happen. But he's had 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries. And he's done very good in the special teams area too. Glad to have him on the team. We need it. But let's talk about what the Giants did. Fry, Eagles fry. They may be last year's champs, but they sure look like this year's chump. But when I hear people like Peter Schrager, Mike Greenberg, and other people talk about the travesty of the ref calling, and I'm not talking about Lions fans here, I'm talking about people on national media started talking about it, and then you see this. All the holding penalties that wasn't called. Look at Hutch here. Look at Hutch there. Look at El Kadeen. Look at him. Look at Hutch again. Look at the guy being shoved down after he's already blocked. National media is calling the refs out. Yeah, and for some reason, I think they'll cover. They may even win. So far this season, I am 53-39 on my pick'em. I went 9-5 last week. And yes, the Lions were one of the ones I got wrong, and I wholeheartedly admit it. I'm going to attempt to do that bet good or better again this week. King SJ from Canada. Man, those Blue Jays folded like a cheap suit. What happened? You guys were the best team in the American League and just fell apart versus Seattle. Is their pitching that good? Is their hitting that good? Well, evidently it is because they're lighting your guys' scoreboard up like a pinball machine. Brewers, what the fuck going around? Yeah, I said in the American League, not all over. Brewers was the entire league. I said American League. Brewers are National League. Big difference there. Blue Jays were the best team in the American League. I think it's that pitching staff of the Seattle Mariners. I can't believe we won 2 games out of the 5 the way they pitched. I'm dead serious. Yeah, they tried to say it was a call down from New York, and it wasn't. The refs blatantly said they discussed it themselves and stopped it. Almost a minute and a half after the play ended. It was ruled a touchdown. It was reviewed whether or not he crossed the goal line. Amen. I understand it. Seattle's playing. I think that might be the best roster in the playoffs. The Dodgers had the most expensive roster, but let's face it, they haven't been perfect either. But the Brewers had the best record overall, and they're folding just as quick as the Blue Jays versus the Dodgers. It's crazy. Yep, we do have lots to clean up, but I'm just saying if certain penalties would have been called. Oh, I understand, but I'm talking about national media's calling this out, Steve, not Lions fans. I'm talking about national media writing about it. People who don't write about the Lions are writing about it. I kept my mouth shut till somebody else said something. I wasn't going into detail on it. There was 5 holding penalties you just saw on Hutch alone. There was the catch that wasn't a catch because Kelsey trapped it on the ground. There was the blindside block of Juju Smith-Schuster. And on that play that you're talking about with the Goff touchdown that was reversed, they didn't talk about how Karlaftis and Chris Jones had their helmets right over the ball in the neutral zone, and that wasn't called. So if nothing else, either the call should have stood or the other play didn't happen because they were already offside. And I understand we played bad, but if you take them and put those penalties into place where they took place at, guess what? They don't score 10 points because they were 4 of those were on 10. 4 of those were on third down. Four, and the other ones were all on fourth downs. You can say it's just that they're saying it was blatant. especially the trap catch on that fourth down reception by Kelsey, the one that led to a touchdown. That play should not have been upheld. The point of the ball was touching the ground when he had his hands on it. And it moved. I don't think so, John. Oh well, we're still 4-2. All we got to do is rebound. Play the Lions football that we know they can play. We've had 2 bad games and 4 good games. And I don't care who you have on your schedule, it's who you have on your schedule. It's how you play that makes a difference. I personally would have bet the under in this game because I thought both defenses were better than what they were playing, but it's hard to be a good defense when you make stops and they don't get called properly. I'm sorry. No, because he was in as a blocking role. And that wouldn't have mattered. They were offsides before the play happened. Blue and silver, you got to look at it from the play. The offsides happened before the play was even snapped. They were lined up over the football in the neutral zone. That play should not have been. It either you uphold the touchdowns. Oh, trust me, I already know. Who do you guys got coming to town this week? I mean, it seems like you guys have played home all year. It should have been a replay of the down. It was either way. You could say it was a fast one, John, but they pulled the fast one too. So negate me with that bullshit. If you're going to reverse the play, then the offsides count, which happened before any illegal motion, any blocking, any bullshit. Penalties offset, retry the down. That's what it should have happened, but it didn't. And it's bullshit. But it was called a touchdown, and it took them a minute and 30 seconds to review it themselves by talking, not by going to a 10. I wouldn't have said a fucking word about the refs if it wasn't wrote about by national media. I left it alone. I said we played bad. I waited. You can ask everybody who watches me every day. I didn't cry over the refs. And I'm not crying now. I'm talking plain out basic football facts. Who has more wins still? I don't care if you're in first place. Who has more wins? Who didn't lose to the Browns? Who didn't tie the Cowboys? And you've only played 5 games. Because it matters. You guys keep talking about our losses. Why can't we talk about yours? I know. That's why the refs were against us on top of the Chiefs. That and it's Chief Frog Throat, the golden boy, has to look like he's the next Tom Brady when he's not. It's more about the coach. If Andy Reid retires, you'll see that team regress. You watch. Yeah, I know. There's so many bandwagon fans on both sides. It isn't funny, but it is what it is. That being said, I have to work today. I have to get ready. I have to get some lunch. It was a pleasure talking football with you. Um, I just wanted to get into that because I waited and waited to say a word. Yes, it was. And so was the touchdown that was taken away. But have a great day, everybody. I know. I don't go to Packers shows and talk about them. Have a great day. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. It's the only way to make the world a better place. I guess unless you're talking to rival football fans, then fuck them.
Turn it up, it's that time again. Jeremy B. Lines, he's your best friend. Every weekday, Evan, you know the vibe. He's shouting one ride with that rockin' drive. Rolling up the scene, light up that fire. Jeremy's in the booth, taking us higher. With a grin and a laugh, he's got the crowd in a blaze. Smoking out the haters in a rock star haze. The stories that inspire and riffs that will ignite. When one pride echoes, everything feels right. Jeremy B. lives every day at 11. Yelling one B ride like we're in rock heaven.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.